Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here on this Sunday afternoon, early Sunday evening. Back to you again with another video right here on Killer of Demons 669. For watching this video, make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below, and subscribe to all my other channels as well down below in the description box. And make sure you subscribe and hit that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never miss an upload. So you can be in the loop and all that good stuff. Ugh. Just ate. Alright. On this Sunday evening, January the 5th, 2020, already into the new year, it is time for your late and out-of-date Smackdown review for January the 3rd, 2020, the first Smackdown of the year on Fox. Smackdown was coming with your first show of the year, lay kind of an egg. This Smackdown was kind of boring. I mean, I was watching it. I was gonna watch it last night. I fell asleep, but I watched it earlier this afternoon, and I fell asleep again because I had a humongous migraine. I just got up a little while ago, and it put me to sleep. I'm sorry. It really fucking put me to sleep. I couldn't stay awake for most of the matches. Most of the matches on the show were boring. You know, they highlighted the event with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns taking on Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler in a tag team match. And that was fucking boring. And then you had Sasha Banks, the boss, and Bayley teaming up against Lacey Evans and Dana Brooke, and against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. And that was fucking boring. You really didn't have much storyline progression. Not much. Maybe a little bit with Daniel Bryan, but that was it. I mean, you had another person getting saying that he's going to be in the Men's Royal Rumble. That was Elias. Well, we knew, and Roman Reigns. Well, Elias and Roman Reigns are in it, but you knew that already. You know, so, I mean, there's going to be 10 people from Raw, 10 from SmackDown, 10 from NXT. Same thing with the women. I mean, Charlotte already announced that she's going to be in the Women's Royal Rumble. It's only a matter of time before Shayna Baszler announces that she's going to be in the Women's Royal Rumble. And win it. If she doesn't win it, I don't know who the hell is going to beat Becky. Because you know, whoever wins it is probably going to face Becky Lynch. And Becky's beaten almost everybody. Except Asuka, but, you know, she's going to beat Asuka at the Royal Rumble. Let's be fair here. But it is what it is. So, that's all I got to really say about that. But SmackDown was boring. Let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. So, we start off with a highlight package. Last week, we saw Daniel Bryan beat The Miz and Baron Corbin to become the #1 contender to Bray Wyatt's title. He will face Bray Wyatt again, second time at the Royal Rumble, and probably lose. But you never know. So we get that. And then, speaking of Daniel Bryan, we get Daniel Bryan and The Miz backstage. So Miz walks up to him, and Bryan's like, "What's up, dude?" And Miz is like, you know, with all the crap that's going on with what the Fiend did to his family, he wants to get revenge. Bryan entered the picture, and he won the match last week to face the Fiend for the Universal title. And he basically says, "Go on to the Rumble. Excuse me. Go on to the Rumble. Beat the Fiend, not just for me, for everyone." So we'll see what happens with that. And it was a okay little segment. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that was basically it. So let's see what. If the I feel bad for the Miz because he's never gonna probably get revenge on the Fiend. This looks like the Miz. We'll find out later with the Miz and a special intro. And this was a night of returns. We saw a return of Sheamus. We saw another guy return, and two guys that got into a lot of trouble with that, the booze. I'll talk about that a little bit. But, it was a lot of returns. Sheamus returning is good because you can throw him into the mix for the world title, or the world title, the Universal title, maybe the Intercontinental title. I really want him to team up with Cesaro, but I don't think we're going to see that. You never know, because he is, everybody thought he was coming back as a face, but what he did to Shorty G, makes him a heel, so he came back as a heel, so it is what it is. So after that, we go to the ring, we hear the music of the boss, Sasha Banks. She comes out with Bayley, the SmackDown Women's Champion, and they get in the ring, they start bashing the fans, their resolutions and saying they can't make positive changes. And in 2019, Bayley was talking most of the time. I don't know why Sasha didn't get any word in edgewise. I guess they really get about with Sasha Banks now. Anyway, it's Sasha's own fault, but it is what it is. She says her and Sasha made big changes and they are leaders of the locker room. Take the different with that. And then Lacey Evans and Dana Brooke arrive. Lacey says they can't stop talking about her daughter. Which really they weren't talking about her daughter. Sasha just went after her daughter. Really kind of doesn't make sense. Lacey, you gotta do your homework. I love you, but you gotta do your homework. So Lacey wants to set a good example for her daughter and build a great life for her. And her resolution is to show you can stop the bad guys. Okay, that's a nice resolution. Could have been my resolution, but I already owned somebody, so it is what it is. Anyway, after that, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross come out, and they're like, well, you guys are fighting. Why are we in the match? I agree, Alexa. Why are you guys in the match? It's just stupid booking. And, stupid booking. Why are they in this match? Really? So, just to get them airtime, I guess. I don't know. So, Nikki then says, we could do that with a win, and get our women's tag team titles back. Which they probably will, because Kairi and Asuka might be going back to Japan, and Stardom is actually looking to get them and Io Shirai. But WWE wants to keep Io Shirai and try to bring up to the main roster as quickly as possible. I think it's a bad idea, but I think Io should stay in NXT and go and get that women's title off of Rhea Ripley, but that's just my opinion. But they bring her up, they could hook her up with the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi, make it a big faction. Maybe make it maybe like a Lotus Tribe faction with Io as a leader. It could happen. Monkeys might come out of my ass, but that's another story for another time. So we get all that gibberish talking, which I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars, and then we get to this match. And to be honest, it wasn't that bad, but still, I felt it was kind of boring. Starts off with Lacey and Sasha. Sasha, being the little bitch she is. I mean, well, she's my bitch, but it is what it is. She runs away. She runs away. Tags in Nikki Cross, so Nikki and Lacey go at it for a while. Dana tags in, and she actually does some wrestling moves. She hits a scoop slam and then another one for a near fall. Nikki then cuts her off, tags in Alexa. She does some ground and pound. Dana fights out of it. Alexa cradles her for a 2. Then Dana comes back with some strikes. And Bayley pulls her to the floor. Alexa attacks, dropkicks Sasha and Bailey. Dropkick Sasha and Bailey cuts off Alexa. Allowed Sasha to hit the double knees in the corner. So they're working on Alexa for a while. And Alexa fires back, dumps Bailey to the outside. Nikki then comes off the top rope with a high cross body to everybody. And Sasha then whips Nikki into the ring steps as we go to break. We come back. Sasha hits Meteora. And Dana Brooke makes the save. She works over Sasha and Bailey. And does a cartwheel splash in the corner for a near fall. And then everybody's in the ring. And Bailey cuts off Dana. And Sasha hits the running knee for a near fall. And they double team Dana. Bailey covers for 2. And blah 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 blah. You know, they go to work on Dana Brooke. Bailey hits a Saito suplex. That's a near fall. Dana fires back, hits a tornado suplex on Sasha. Then she hits a hot tag to Lacey Evans. Bailey comes in. Lacey goes nuts with some clotheslines, a standing moonsault, and a running kick. Then she hits the Bronco Buster. Then she heads up top and hits the Marrow Salt and goes for a cover. Sasha pulls out Bailey, and Bailey hits a Bailey to belly on Lacey. Looks to have the win, but Alexa made the save. Then more chaos happens. Dana tags in as Lacey hits the women's right on Sasha, knocks her out. Dana goes up top, hits a really sloppy swanton bomb, and picks up the win. Hey, Dana Brooke got a win! Yay! Jericho Knight is going nuts! Yay! Big ups to Jericho Knight. That's all I gotta say about that. But yeah, Dana Brooke got the win for her team. The damn freaking do. In a match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. I really didn't care much for the match. I mean, it wasn't really that much storyline progression with Lacey, Sasha, and Bailey. But we find out later that Sasha and Lacey are going to actually have a match, finally, on Smackdown next week. So we'll see what happens with that. I can expect a disqualification in that match, because Bailey's going to help out. Or maybe Lacey knocks Sasha out again. But Sasha, gets her revenge, and Sasha uses her revenge. You know what I mean. Sasha wins, I hope not, but, I still think on the, this is leading to the Lacey and Bailey going at it for the women's title, and Bailey's gonna lose. Bailey with that title is so boring. She's probably the worst. The history of the SmackDown Women's title. I had Alexa Bliss, Charlotte, Becky, Carmella, Asuka. That's it. Bailey has been the worst SmackDown Women's Champion. I'm sorry. She is the worst. Her heel run is bad. Her face run was bad. Turning her heel was supposed to be good? No. I mean, it was good from when she actually turned heel that one night. The night she turned heel, that was good. But then after that, it's just been boring. And that's basically all I gotta say about that. So looks like they're leaning into Bailey and Lacey, the SmackDown Women's title. I hope Lacey wins. I mean, really, if you just put Lacey in this feud and don't make her win the title, what are you gonna do with her? She's getting a little push. Come on, give the belt to her. Bailey is boring. I'm sorry. That's all I gotta say. For all you Bailey fans out there, and I know there is a few. Your hero is boring. That's all I gotta say about that. Let me move on. Alright, then we see The Miz walking backstage. Meets up with the New Day and Big E. And, Big E's pouring syrup on pancakes, which spell out 2020. And they're all happy. It's the new year. Blah blah blah. It's like why don't we have some pancakes? Biggie's like, I watched my balls drop. I don't know. He said I watched balls drop. Okay there, Big E. Okay, I guess you do watch gay porn. I didn't need to know that, but okay. So Miz is like, I'm not in the mood. And Kofi tries to cheer him up, winning his accomplishments, winning the belt basically every year in the decade. And then, Kofi's accomplishments was notwithstanding. Miz is kind of like, I don't give a shit. And he's like, the Fiend ruined my life and violated my family. And then he got pissed, smacks the pancakes out of Kofi's hands. They go all over the floor. And Biggie looks to be pissed. And Kofi's like, whoa, big man. Whoa, whoa, I got this. So Miz challenges Kofi to a fight. Kofi's like, well, challenge accepted. So we're going to get a match with Miz and Kofi. So, yeah. So Miz, it's kind of leaning to that heel side, maybe. Or is just really pissed. I mean, wouldn't you be if some guy went after your family? I think so. But, Miz is really, in Fiendland, if you know what I mean. He has the Fiend on his mind, and he really wants revenge, but, he's just gone psycho. That's all I gotta say about that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get Elias. I mentioned before, he comes in the ring, sings a little ditty, wearing his lovely kimono. He probably got from Kairi Sane, but, or Asuka, I don't know. Or Yoshirai. He mocks Sami Zayn. He mentions Shane McMahon. He says if he ever comes back here again, he'll send him to Raw, which is, I thought, kind of funny. He talks about Dolph Ziggler's comedy act. He mentions the Revival and Baron Corbin. Then he says, he talks about being in the Royal Rumble this year. He says he's going to win it and everybody's going to walk with him. I don't think he's going to win, but it'll be nice. A nice little Elias concert in the main event of WrestleMania. That'd be nice. And that's all I gotta say about that. And so we'll see what happens with Elias down the road. Alright, then Mitchell Cole takes down Revival's recent run of bad luck, basically becoming a comedy act. Over the last couple weeks, the Miracle on 34th Street fight with them getting slammed on Legos and slammed to the Christmas trees and just getting the asses kicked by heavy machinery. We get that. We go backstage. Revival complain about being made into bad jokes. They're going to be leaving and going to AEW by the summer. Face the Young Bucks, probably at All Out 3. I'm booking it. Revival Young Bucks at All Out 3. Sorry, I'm going to say it right now. Anyway, they want respect, and they don't want to be made into clowns. Speaking of clowns, Chad Gable comes in. Mr. Shirley G! And it says they shouldn't feel bothered, and they should embrace who they are. He's like, I embraced who I am, and it made me a better person. And then the Revival mocked Gable. And Gable's like, I don't give a crap what you say, size. He says something like, what was it? Size override. Something like that. Whatever. So they mock him. He doesn't care about the short jokes anymore. And then, which this sets up a match between Gable and Dash Wilder. Whoop-de-damn freaking-doo! I gave this 2 out of 5 stars. And then we get to a match. Match didn't last 3 freaking minutes. We have Scott Dawson on commentary. Whoop-de-freaking-doo on that. And basically, this was Gable beating the living bejesus out of Dash Wilder. Hitting Exploder. Dash got a little bit of offense in, but not much. And then he picks up Gable, stuns him off the ropes. Gable counters and rolls him up, locks in the ankle lock, and Dash quickly taps out. So we get that. So I gave it 1 out of 5 stars because it was fucking boring. It was fucking hideous. And then afterwards, Scott Dawson comes in. They have a double team on Gable. They hit him with a shatter machine. Then the lights go out. Sabu comes out. No. Sheamus comes back with his new Titantron. He comes back as the fella. Comes back with his, his regular haircut and, his chops and all that good stuff. Comes out with his, his tights. Not like the bar tights and what he used to have. Comes out as himself. Runs to the ring. They throw Gable at him. Sheamus throws him away. Then he turns around, hits the brogue kick on the Shorty G, knocks him out. So guess what? I think we're gonna see Sheamus and Shorty G next week on SmackDown. Whoop-de-damn-do! Yay! So Sheamus is gonna run through the jobbers of SmackDown before probably getting a Universal title shot. Or a Intercontinental title shot. It is what it is. Sheamus is gonna be in mid to upper card hell. And that's all I gotta say about that. So nice to see Sheamus back, but should have came back at the end of the Braun Strowman Cesaro match. That's what I would have done. Have the lights go out. Braun's in the ring. They come back on. Sheamus is in the ring. Bro kicks Braun Strowman. And then Cesaro's like, hey! And then Sheamus is like he kind of teases the bar reunion, and then he kicks Cesaro's head off. And then Cesaro and Sheamus have a feud that we've seen a million times. That's what I would have done, but I'm not the booker. I'm just a freaking 43-year-old douchebag from New Jersey. But it is what it is. That's all I gotta say about that. And we move on. So Sheamus is back. Whoop-de-damn-do. Alright, then we get to Kofi Kingston and The Miz. Another short match. Big E's at ringside, as usual. And, wasn't anything to write home about. Kofi was in control for the first part of the match. Very frustrating Miz. Then Miz comes back with some yes kicks. And, some elbow strikes. Then they counter each other. Miz follows with kicks and a running knee strike, and then another one. And then he goes for the corner clothesline charge. Kofi cuts him off with a kick and then a flying chop off the top rope. Then he goes off the ropes, hits the chop. And right after that, he goes to Trouble in Paradise. Miz counters into a roll up, but Kofi cradles him up for the win. So Kofi gets the win. And match was alright. It wasn't great. But really sells the Miz's heel turn. As after the match, he beats up on Kofi, beats him up a little bit. Big E has to run him off. Then he goes up the ramp, starts snapping at the fans. He's like, I gave you everything, and this is how you treat me? So, Miz looks like he's turning heel. Good, because he's better off as a heel, in my opinion. And that's pretty much it. So I gave the match and the aftermath 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's I gotta see. So we'll see what happens with Miz next week. And that's all I gotta say about that. And we move on. Alright, then we go to Kathy Kelly with her guests Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. Bryan says that the Fiend has broken everybody but him. And he's going to walk out of the Royal Rumble as the champion. Roman's like, ooh, that's good. Because I'm going to enter the Royal Rumble, and I'm going to win, and we're going to face off at WrestleMania. Please, no. Actually, it would be better than the rumored match of The Fiend versus Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns winning the belt. Oh yeah, he's winning the belt at WrestleMania. Okay. So he says he wants a title that he never really lost because he had to give it up because of his cancer. Leukemia. Leukemia is part as a side. Is cancer what it was. And Bryan says, I'm always ready to fight for it. I'll be double ready to fight you. So Roman's like, well, it's the only people that are not ready are Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. And that basically ends the segment. So we'll see what happens with that. So maybe it was a little tease that Roman's going to win the Rumble. I don't think he is. And face Daniel Bryan for the Universal title. I don't think it's going to happen, personally. Because I think Bryan's going to get... He's either going to win by disqualification or he's going to flat out lose. And Bray's going to keep the belt all the way through Fastlane, all the way through Elimination Chamber, and then lose it at the Royal Rumble. Lose it at WrestleMania to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is probably going to hold it all the way to SummerSlam. At this rate, I don't know who's going to beat him. I was thinking it'd be Braun Strowman, but then I could even make him sniff the Intercontinental title. Braun's going to be that guy that gets title shot after title shot and fails. I kind of like my character. But it is what it is. That's all I got to say about that. So I gave that interview segment 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we stay with Kathy Kelly in the back. She goes to the Miz's locker room, knocks on the door, and out comes John Impact! Johnny Impact, Johnny Morrison, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Come Lately, no, Johnny Be Good, no. So John Morrison comes out, makes his first appearance back in WWE, though I would have really liked it if he appeared at the Royal Rumble as a surprise entrant, but they fucked that up. So Kat's like, oh, John Morrison, I was just trying to get a word with the Miz, and John's like, well, Miz has really nothing to say to you. Miz is still pissed, but now I guess he's not gonna be teamed up with John Morrison, hopefully, or Morrison's gonna be like his I guess his friend. He's gonna like be by his side in his matches and stuff, and then eventually they'll get back together as a tag team, maybe face the New Day for the belts at WrestleMania and win the belts at WrestleMania. And supposedly Big E's gonna turn. So it might be a lot of dirt sheets are saying Big E's gonna turn on Kofi before WrestleMania, and then they're gonna have a match at WrestleMania. I hope not. I'd rather have Big E turn at WrestleMania. That's what I would do. Have Big E turn at WrestleMania after they lose the belts to either Miz or Morrison or Heavy Machinery or somebody. Big E beats the living bejesus out of Kofi after the match. Then you have the next match at whatever pay-per-view's the next pay-per-view, either Extreme Rules or Backlash. That's what I would do. But like I said, I am not the booker. That's how I would book Big E's heel turn. But that's just me. And like I said, have him lose the Miz and Morrison. Let Miz and Morrison go on a long-ass reign with the belt. Bring back the dirt sheet as a segment on Smackdown. Oh, big jealous. We get that. That'll be awesome. And then, I have John Morrison go on a little singles run. Get back the Intercontinental title. Have Miz win the Intercontinental title. I don't know how you can work that both ways. And let them go on a monster run. Or maybe Morrison gets the Universal title. Daniel Bryan or Roman Reigns or whoever, That's what it could happen, Maybe by SummerSlam, but it's a long way away, but we'll see. That's it. So Morrison's back. We know he's probably gonna be in the Royal Rumble. He's not gonna win it, but he'll probably have a nice showing in the match. But we'll see what happens. Kofi's probably gonna be in the Royal Rumble. Big E's gonna be in the Royal Rumble. Kofi would do some weird freaking thing not to get eliminated. Again, like he does every freaking year. But we'll see what happens with that. And then we're going to move on from there. Alright, then we get to our next match. Otis of Heavy Machinery taking on Drew Gulak. I don't know. he had a segment with Otis. Otis and he's getting ready. He's picking up a beer barrel. He's pumping iron with it. Mandy Rose comes in. He's like, "Hi, Otis. Happy New Year. Did your mom cook anything?" And Otis is like, "No. Why don't you ask Dolph Ziggler?" And she's like, "Shit. You saw that?" "No. But my mama did." And then Tucker comes in. He's like, "We got a match. Let's get ready. Come on." So, I think a lot of people saying that Mandy's gonna get with Otis anyway, and they're gonna have a wedding, because Vince loves weddings, and that's gonna turn into another debacle. And Mandy turns on Otis, or it's gonna end really bad. Then another rumor is Mandy's gonna get with Dolph Ziggler to get back at Otis, and then having like a love thing with Dolph Ziggler. Yeah. Dolph Ziggler just like to put his penis into everything. That's all I gotta say about that, but it is what it is. So Gula comes out, says that Otis has no chance with Mandy, and that she wants a man like him or Dolph, who he calls that he's leaking butter. He's leaking something, but it is what it is. Then he says he has a 372 slide PowerPoint presentation. So we get to the first slide. We see reasons why Mandy and Otis should not be together. That was it. And then Otis attacks him. We get to the match, and Otis beat the crap out of him. And he does the Caterpillar, and he hits the Vader Bomb. 1, 2, 3, half-minute match that I really didn't give two craps about. But don't piss off Otis or his mama. That's all I gotta say about that. And we get that match. I gave 1 out of 5 stars. I give 2 flying fucks about it. And that's all I gotta say about that. So 1 out of 5 stars for that crap fest that it was, and that was basically all I gotta say about that. Alright, after that we get to Braun Strowman taking on Cesaro. We had Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura at ringside with that hideous looking IC title. It's hideous, I'm sorry. Everybody thinks, oh, it's nice, it's great, it looks pretty good. It looks like the Ring of Honor World title. I'm sorry, that's what it looks like. It looks hideous. These new look belts look hideous. They're gonna change the tag belts, which I'm glad they're gonna do. Bring back the old school WWF tag team belts, not make it like a Ring of Honor World title. Or tag team titles. Don't make it look like that shit. They're gonna change the United States title. What? I don't know. Probably look like shit. I don't know what other belts might get changed. Maybe the Universal title or the WWE title can stay the same. That's just the WWE logo. That's fine. Universal title should be something with a big globe on it. Kind of like what the North American title looks like. That's what it should be. The Intercontinental title should be like that too. I like the old school Intercontinental belt. Why'd you change it? Why did you change it? Fucking stupid. Anyway, so Sami Zayn and Nakamura at ringside. And Cesaro back in his trunks, which is, I guess, nice for all you Cesaro fans. They lock up, and Braun overpowers him. And then he trades some shoulder tackles. Cesaro works him over with some strikes. Braun mows him over. And he starts tossing Cesaro around like a basketball. And then he knocks Cesaro to the floor as we go to break. We come back. Braun slams Cesaro to the turnbuckle. Cesaro cuts him off with a dropkick. Chokes him out as Shinsuke gets in a cheap shot. He goes up top. Braun cuts him off. And Cesaro gets in a sleeper hold a la 1921. Braun comes back, slams him Hands his way out of it. Falls up with some shoulder tackles, a corner splash. Takes out Nakamura. And then Cesaro comes back with some tiger uppercuts. Braun cuts him off, heads to the floor. Does the ring around. Does this. And he runs around the ring, mowing down Cesaro. Then he mowed down Nakamura a couple of times. And Sami Zayn hid under the ring like a little bitch. They go back in. Sammy, he goes for the running power slam. Sammy comes in, and then he leaves. Which distracts Braun. Cesaro sends him into the ring post. And then he goes for the neutralizer, but Braun gets out of it, picks up Cesaro, and hits a very sloppy power slam anyway. And he gets the 1, 2, 3. The match was kind of boring. And Braun Strowman's getting boring. I'm sorry. He needs to... WWE is ruining him. The whole thing with him dancing, this. It's so fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. They're ruining him. Don't go back to becoming a heel. I'm sorry. Make Braun Strowman a heel. Make him the monster among men again. Basically now he's the little boy. He's just a little freaking midget. Doing doing these ridiculous 1972 dance moves. It's just boring. And he's supposedly getting an IC title shot. Maybe at the Royal Rumble against Shinsuke. You think he's gonna win? No! Just gonna keep sending him down in the dirt. Sorry. Braun Strowman is garbage right now. It's freaking garbage. And the WWE is using him like used tampon. It's garbage. Throw it away. Get him out. And that's it. So Braun wins. Match I gave 2 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Nakamura comes in, lays him out with a Kid Sasha, furthering their eventual Intercontinental title match, which is gonna suck. And that's all I gotta say about that. And we're gonna move on from there. And that's it. I can't talk anymore about Braun Strowman. He's boring. His company is boring. They're starting off 2020 on a good foot. So anyway, after that, we find out Lacey Evans is gonna take on Sasha Banks, like I mentioned before. And I think that was it. That segment. Whoop-de-doo. And then we get to the main event. Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan taking on King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. Wasn't bad. A bad way to end the show. Starts off with Corbin attacking Roman at the bell. Roman fires back, hits a Samoan drop. To the floor. Roman hits the drive-by. And Dolph Ziggler distracts him. Corbin attacks him. Dolph then tags in. Reigns cuts him off. Tags in Daniel Bryan. Comes in with some European uppercuts. Pumps Corbin to the floor. And then Dolph to the floor. And then the Fiend music comes on. Yeah! And nothing happens. Nothing happens after that. I thought like the regular Bray Wyatt was gonna come out. Maybe the Fiend was gonna come out, but nothing happened. Just a way to distract Daniel Bryan. As we go to break, we come back. Roman is working over Baron Corbin, and he takes out Dolph, which allowed Corbin to hit the deep 6 for a near fall. Go to the floor. Corbin sends Reigns into the ring steps. Then he bring it back in. Dolph tags in. While talking some smack. Slaps him around. It's like, hey, Roman Reigns, you show the big dog. He does it again. Actually, Roman fires back. Then Dolph hits a neck breaker. Corbin comes in. Sends Roman into the post. Not once. Not twice. But 3 times. Ouch. And, goes to work on Roman, but Roman comes back with a Superman punch. And then he tags in Daniel Bryan. Bryan comes in like a house of fire with some strikes. Then a clothesline. And and then the corner drop kick. Then he hits the yes kicks. And an avalanche hurricane rana. Then he delivers the yes kicks. So Dolph goes for the roundhouse kick, always misses. Dolph clears him up for a near fall. Bryan goes right back with a yes lock. Corbin makes the save, and then it all breaks down. And during this, and while this is going on, Daniel hits the knee plus on Dolph. Looks to get the win, but then the lights go out. And somehow this match ends in a disqualification. What? I guess because everybody was in the ring, the referee couldn't get control. Yeah. So, we get that. I don't know how it ended in disqualification. Nothing really happened except everybody in the ring, and the referee might have just called for the bell and said, "This is it, forget it, no contest." Okay. So I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars, regardless. It was still a pretty decent match. Afterwards, the lights go out, then they come back on. The Fiend's at ringside. Bryan hits a suicide dive onto him. They brawl to the floor. And then the Fiend cuts him off with the Mandible Claw. Slams him through the barricade. Then the lights go out again. He disappears. As officials come down to check on Daniel Bryan, who probably has broken ribs. And then while this is going on, in the ring, Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin attack Roman. They handcuff him to the bottom rope. Then they bring out dog food once again. Look to make Roman eat the dog food. But then a certain tag team comes in that knows Roman is. The Usos. The Usos come back after their run-in with the Law. They come in, they take out Dolph. They take out Dolph Ziggler with a super kick. They hit a super kick on Baron Corbin, knock him to the floor. Then they hit Air Uso on both of them. And then they go in the ring, they unlock Roman from the bottom rope, and the Bloodline stands tall. That's what they're calling them now, the Bloodline, which is kind of redundant because wasn't there a Bloodline in Ring of Honor? It went nowhere. Finn Balor. Juice Robinson, Mark Haskins, Bandito, and Tracy Williams. I think his name is. Yeah, Tracy Williams. That went nowhere. You know, you really don't see the Bloodline in Ring of Honor now. Bandito's doing his own thing. Mark Haskins was fighting Bully Ray. And he beat the living Jesus out of him. That final battle. He's going his own way now with his smoking hot wife. He's going his own way. Juice Robinson's in New Japan. He won the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Belts with David Finlay. So, you know, this is a spoiler for my Wrestle Kingdom review, which is going to be a live review. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything on that. I'm not going to waste an hour and not get the video up because my timer on my webcam goes off after an hour. So I'm going to do a live video. Maybe take some live. I don't know. I'm just gonna do the review, and if anybody comes into the chat, I'll say hello and everything. But it is what it is, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So anyway, Usos come out, save Roman. So I don't know what's gonna come of that. Well, maybe Roman and the Usos against Corbin, Ziggler, and maybe another tag team partner, 6-man tag next week on SmackDown, or you know this thing with Roman and Baron Corbin's going to continue all the way to a match on SmackDown because Roman's already in the Royal Rumble. And I was thinking that they're going to end it with a loser eats dog food match, first time ever for the WWE. So I was thinking they're going to do that. Maybe they'll do it on SmackDown. That's the only way you can probably do it, because you can't do it at the Royal Rumble if Roman's in the Royal Rumble, unless Roman does double duty, which could happen. Or you can't do it on the next pay-per-view, because I think the next pay-per-view after that is Elimination Chamber, and Roman's going to be most likely in the Elimination Chamber, defending getting the #1 contendership for the belt. He's going to win the Elimination Chamber, and then go to Fastlane. Probably defend his #1 contendership against Daniel Bryan or whoever. And then go to WrestleMania and win that. Go to WrestleMania, beat Bray Wyatt for the belt, go on a nice run with it, and bore us half to death on SmackDown. Doesn't look like the WWE's gonna have a good year, except for NXT, and that's it. That's all I gotta say about that. So that ends SmackDown, and that's all I really gotta say about that. SmackDown was kind of boring. Was what it was. The first SmackDown of the year. You lay an egg. And that's all I gotta say about that. So thank you for watching, and if this video lags again, I apologize. My computer's a fucking mess. I need to get a new one. I don't have the money for it right now. I really don't have any money right now. But, because I gotta pay bills. I got medical bills up the wazoo. It is what it is. Car payments and gas money and all that other shit. Good start to 2020. Good start. But that's all I gotta say about that. So, SmackDown gets a 5 out of 10 from me. I felt it was decent in parts, but really boring. So I gave it right down the middle, daddy! Like Bill Alfonso says. 62-year-old Bill Alfonso still doing senton bombs in GCW and other really feds that he goes to. 62-year-old Bill Alfonso. God bless that man. Should be in the Hall of Fame. That's what I would do. Put Bill Alfonso in the Hall of Fame. Let Taz or Sabu induct him. It's not gonna be Taz. It's not gonna be RVD. And it's not gonna be Sabu. They're not gonna get invited by the WWE to induct him. If it does ever happen. That's all I gotta say about that. So, SmackDown, 5 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment or a video reply down below. If you have any wrestling questions, put it down below in the comment section of this video. Or if you have any other questions you want to ask me, put it down below in the comment section of this video or any one of my future videos. Or hit me up via Twitter at my Twitter link, which is down below in the description box. And continue to subscribe to this channel and my other channels as well. And share this video all over the internet. BitChute, MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, wherever you share your videos or my videos and everybody else's videos. But most importantly, tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never miss an upload, and hopefully YouTube can send out my videos and you can watch them firsthand and leave a comment and do whatever you want. And that's all I gotta say about that. So thank you for watching. Captain Gilmore of the Blood Legion signing off on this Sunday evening. Peace out. Rock on. If you don't like what I'm saying, fuck you. You can't do anything about it. And that's all I gotta say about that. So thank you for watching. I got my Wrestle Kingdom 14 review come up in a little bit. But for now, I'm out. Peace! Bitches!